Hello and welcome to my stables. I am the Chocobo Keeper and welcome back to Danganronpa 2. Last episode we started the investigation of Mahiru's death. We searched around the beach house and we went to Jabberwock Park in order to play the game. We found out that Girl E had killed the person, and Girl D was like, hey, I took this picture, like, maybe this was the sound of the breaking glass instead of the window, and Girl E was all like, I don't know anything about it, and like, took the fuck off. And then, being dumb, she threw it away, and didn't burn it. So, whoever this guy is, was like, I'm going to kill her, never gonna forgive her. Well, at the end of the credits, there was a whole bunch of names, and a few of them we couldn't match up, so we don't know exactly who, but there's Mikan, Hiyoko, obviously Mahiru, and there was two Fuyuhikos, or Kuzuryu. No, wait. Whatever the clan is, for this. And then Nagito got released because of fucking Monami. So now he's butting his nose into our business. So, I mean, he did a good thing and got them all to the airport so we could all question him at once, but like, he's still more of a nuisance than anything. Ah, Hajime, over here. Mikan, Ibuki, Hiyoko are all here. The names on the staff roll for Twilight Syndrome murder case are here. Oh. The names of the Twilight Syndrome murder case were Sumiki, Koizumi, Seonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu.
Wow.
I really wanted Fuyuhiko to come too, but he locked himself in his cottage and wouldn't come out for me.
Sorry.
So unfortunately, he's absent. It's probably because I'm so incompetent. I apologize.
What?
Huh? It's okay to be absent? I thought you said we'd get executed if we didn't come. Executed? You said Monokuma had something important to tell us, right? We came because you told us that. Sorry, that was a lie. You tricked us. What the heck?
Jeez!
Fine, then I'm leaving.
Wait.
Can you wait until we finished our business with you? Right, Hajime? This is like, I'm on the same team as Nagito. Now I can't focus on that right now. I have to get information from them. Hey Ibuki, can I ask you something?
Why, you?
Bring it on! Have you played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case?
Oh.
Well, that's a computer game, right? I'm basically awful at those things.
Guitar!
Ibuki's a tough girl, so I don't touch anything powered by electricity except electric guitars. I'm pretty sure that's a lie, but now's not the time to really dwell on something like that. Her unique tone and hyper energy. There was a character like that in the game too. Let me ask you one more thing. What's the relationship between you and Mahiru? Huh? You mean that in a perverted way? No, in a normal way.
Oh.
Well, even if you asked me that, Ibuki's encounter with Mahiru was...
Oh!
When I asked Mahiru this morning to go to the beach with us, she made this real disappointing face. A disappointing face.
I see.
Yeah, but disappointment varies depending on the person. Ibuki associates it with department store rooftops. What? Let's stay focused on Mahiru.
That's totally it!
It turns out Mahiru had some business too, and she wanted to invite me to that instead. She said something like, I was thinking about meeting with everyone, but if you already have plans... do you know what she meant by everyone?
Aww.
Nope, I didn't ask. I see. Mahiru invited Ibuki. Why? Oops. Did not mean to click on the planes. Hey, do you have a minute? There's something I want to ask you. Have you played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, Mikon? No. Since we said we weren't going to play that game. Also, I'm not really good at video games. I'm pretty slow, and I panic instantly. Her timid tone. I'm pretty sure the girl A character was like that too.
Hey.
Anyway, can you tell me about your relationship with Mahiru? Relationship? With Mahiru?
Well...
I first met her when we first gathered at the classroom with everyone else. And after arriving at the island, I did have a few conversations with her, but... Oh, could it be? Did Mahiru hate me? That's definitely it. She hated me. She doesn't know anything. No, it's more like she doesn't remember anything. But even though she hated me, for her to actually invite me, she must have been a really kind person. Invite? Mahiru invited me this morning. This morning? Parroting. She looked very serious. She was wondering if we could all meet up so she could discuss something. But I already had plans to go to the beach, so I had to decline, because I needed to prepare for that. And when I did, she made this lonely face and said that she'll reschedule for another day. But if only I went with her, this wouldn't have happened. Mahiru invited Mikon. Why?
I see.
Looks like we've obtained some pretty valuable testimonies. Based on that, it seems like Mahiru also beat that game. Why? Why do you know that?
You don't know?
If she hadn't, she wouldn't have chosen these people to talk to. Oh, we haven't talked to Kyoko yet. Or Hiyoko. Because she beat the game, she talked to the people who appeared in that game. Just like what we're doing right now.
But still...
But in her case, it was much more serious. Probably. I mean, she was forced to learn that she was involved in that game. That's true. But I'm surprised. I never thought Mahiru would play that game. Parroting. That was unexpected. Nagito, didn't you tempt her into playing that game?
Huh?
What? I remember. Anyway, what happened to Mahiru? Did she leave saying she had some business to take care of? Huh? Why do you know that? Wait, you tempted her, right? Just like you did to me.
How mean.
Tempt? That's a rude thing to say.
No, that's wrong.
That's disrespectful toward Mahiru.
Isn't that right?
There's no way her feelings would change just because a useless guy like me tempted her. At that time, she was already considering giving that game a try. All I did was give her a little push.
It's obvious.
That's all it was. What the heck?
Well...
But more importantly, isn't it better if we listen to what she has to say? She's being quiet as ever. I'm counting on you, Hiyoko.
Hey.
If Mahiru spoke to everyone who appeared in that game, she should have talked to you too, right? Blah! Well, Hiyoko? She never talked to me at all.
That's weird.
Man, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to ask me such an easy question.
Bye!
So I'm just gonna go back to my cottage now. Hey, Hiyoko. Ignoring my voice, Hiyoko ran away as though she were avoiding me. Looks like it's okay to say she ran away. Yeah, she's clearly suspicious. That's pretty much decided. Oh, that was in... Yeah, she's pretty suspicious. That's decided. Decided?
Now then.
Regardless, it looks like we're finished here. So why don't we part ways for now? There's still something I need to investigate.
Bye now.
I'll see you again later. Hey! What the hell is his problem? Even his exit was pushy. Chiaki, what should we do? Should we go back to the scene of the crime one more time and investigate? Well, it's very important to investigate the scene of the crime, but let's go over to Mahiru's cottage first. Mahiru's cottage? If she beat that game, it's best if we investigate there, I think.
See?
She might have that. Oh, the ending prize. If that's the case, I'll go with you. You're okay with that, right? But, that's your cue to say yes. Yeah, let's leave. And schmap. Fast travel. What is this? That's the airport, bridge, hotel. We're gonna go to this little spot because it's close. Now the boys are on one side, so we need to go on this side. Kane, Chiaki, Yoko. Oh, it's Mikon. Pekka with her demon eyes. Why is she all the way at the end? Jesus. The door looks unlocked. Moving after you're told would be too third-rate, so I made sure to be one step ahead. However, removing what's inside is a huge no-no. There are others who want to investigate too. But I guess I should go inside. I mean, you're being awfully, like, everyone needs to be fair about investigating. You're weird, Monokuma. Compared to my room, the cottage had a somewhat pleasant smell wafting throughout the room. That proves Mahiru was here. But she's not coming back. But shut the hell up so I can get the Monokuma behind you. Then I should
See?
try looking for a naughty book. Why?
Yep.
Now, I was only kidding. Kidding? Are you that kind of person? Jeez, well at least I don't feel nervous anymore. Wait, could that be the reason she said that?
See?
But it looks like we don't need to search for it. Check out that thing on top of the bed. On top of the bed? No, Monokuma.
No.
Alright, that's it for this set. Sweet. There's an envelope on top of the bed.
Hey.
Could it be? This might be it. The ending prize Monokuma gave to the first person who beat that game. What's inside the envelope? I don't know, why don't you open it? I turned over the envelope and what came falling out was a few photos. Ah, this photo. Oh. This is a photo of Miko, Ibuki, and Hiyoko in what appears to be some sort of entrance hall. It's just like that game.
Yep.
There was a similar scenario during the first day in Twilight's True Edition. Yeah, someone got all pissy because they got their pictures taken without being asked. Girl B was in a bad mood because Girl A was late, and Girl D tried to cheer her up by taking her picture. Is this the photo she took? Interesting. Look at this photo too. A broken vase? Is that the same photo Girl D showed Girl E on the third day? As I recall, a broken vase was in the classroom next to the music room. I like how the water in there is blue, but the water in the photo is gray.
But still.
But this photo is more shocking. As Chiako showed the photo to me, I was stunned into silence. Oh. Oh, that's death. That's a big death right there. This is an actual photo of a dead body. Since there's a piano behind the body, it looks like it's in the music room. If that's the case, could this be the photo of the first victim? You mean it's the victim of the murder that occurred on the first day?
Oh.
Yeah, the one they blamed on a pervert. And one more. This is the last photo. Ugh. This is probably the photo of girl E after she got killed on the 4th day. I mean, it nearly matches her body in the game.
See?
Yeah, there's no mistake. This is a photo of girl E, so that could be who Sato is. With that, we've finished looking at all the photos. So based on all of these photos.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems pretty clear that this is the ending prize. Parroting. This proves that Twilight Syndrome murder case is based on an actual murder. It actually says that all persons and things are intentional. Does that mean that stuff about our memories being stolen?
Huh?
What's this? Is there something else?
See?
There's a note inside the envelope. Try playing Twilight Syndrome. After you get a game over, press down 5 times for the real game. Once you do, you should remember what you all did to my sister. We'll talk then. This note.
Wait.
Huh.
Time out.
Maybe the first person to beat the game and receive the ending prize wasn't Mahiru. Someone else sent this to Mahiru, and that person is the one who actually received it. Mahiru wasn't just lured there by Nagito, she also received this envelope. Yep. And that's why she played that game, right? Then the person who played this game first would be none other than Fuyuhiko. This envelope's familiar, and the word sister written in this note. Based on these clues, I can't think of anyone other than Guy F.
Hey.
Yep, I'm glad we came here to investigate. Because we did that, we discovered a very important clue. Yeah, I agree. But there's still one thing left. We have to find out who actually killed Mahiru, but there's not much time left. I need to hurry. Alright, bye! Hajime and Chiaki, what a coincidence! If something happens twice, 3rd time's the charm, so they say. What coincidence? Are you a stalker or something?
Now.
Don't say that. I was just thinking about filling you in on the results of my investigation. Results. Did you find something?
Bow to me.
You can fuck right off. I'll let you know if you drop to your knees and lick my boots. Yeah, suck my dick, dude. Just kidding. I was joking. Didn't sound like a joke to me.
Actually...
Well, it is about the footprints. The killer left their footprints in front of the beach house, right? Did you find out whose footprints those are? If you want to know, I highly recommend you come to the beach house with me. With you? Of course you'll come with me, right? I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, but if I can get a clue... What are you going to do, Chiaki? But... I'm gonna try to talk to Fuyuhiko and see if he can tell me anything. So I'll leave this to you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. If someone like me tried to talk to him, it'd be impossible. But it might be different with a girl. Just be careful that he doesn't get rough with you. But...
Yep.
I guess this is where we part. I'll see you later, Hajime. Blep.
What?
Did you actually want her to stay? Actually? What do you mean?
Bye now.
Let's go. I'll go on ahead to the beach house and wait there. Fucking asshole. Oh, he's annoying. Beach house? Right.
Now then.
Let's try going inside. I don't know why we have to try that.
My.
Nagito. Oh god. Nagito.
Whoa!
Wow, why the hell are you here?
Hello there.
Why hello there, Kazuichi. Thanks for going easy on me earlier. Thanks to you, I was able to walk away with just mild bruising. You clearly think like an ultimate.
What the heck?
Ugh, this bastard. You two have arrived at a good time.
Big news.
I have discovered something very terrible. A terrible discovery? Is this series of unfortunate events now? Not only that, I believe it's nothing like Sonia's, but there's something I noticed too. You too, Mikon? Yep, this is great. It looks like the investigation is reaching its boiling point. Alright, what's your
Big
news?
news.
Huge news! What is it?
See?
Remember the Sun Witch Esperito mask that was next to Mahiru's body? Oh, the mask the killer used to hide their face.
Listen.
No, that is not correct. That mask was not just used to hide their face. Then what is it for?
Well?
Sparkling Justice. Huh? Sparkling Justice is a serial killer and self-professed ally of justice whose name makes mankind shudder. They wear a hero mask at all times. Supposedly, they are a serial killer who only murders other criminals. Huh?
That is an order.
Do not look so disappointed, Hajime. You need to be surprised.
Hey.
This Sparkling Justice character. That's the serial killer you were talking about before, right? It's true that the mask we found is a hero mask, but...
Wow.
It is a heroine mask, to be precise. Sun Witch Esperito is a pretty witch girl. See? A heroine.
Anyway.
So you're saying it's possible that the serial killer is the one who killed Mahiru? Which means there's a serial killer hiding among us? Or it could be piggybacking off of the first game. And the second death was arranged to look like Genocide Jack did it, but it was actually not. So, same thing goes for here. Whoever this serial killer is, it's probably not actually the serial killer. I'm pretty sure I've seen a twist like this in some video game. I already beat you to it, and I've explained it clearly. This is stupid. Serial killer my ass. The killer just used it to cover their face.
That's weird.
But even so, they sure chose something that stands out. That might be true, but...
However.
Although it's easy to write this off as foolish, it might be best if we exercise some caution. Sonia, can you tell me everything you know about this so-called Sparkling Justice?
As the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil.
The hell?
Justice complete. The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling Justice!
What the hell was that?
Well?
That is Sparkling Justice's catchphrase.
What?
An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase?
Do you have a minute?
I read it in a magazine in the library. There has only ever been one person, a journalist, who has interviewed Sparkling Justice. The article was written in their native language, so I tried translating it.
However,
In the end, that journalist was punished by Sparkling Justice too. No good can come from getting involved with the serial killer. The serial killer might not want to hear that from you. This is all I know about Sparkling Justice. Thanks to the masks, nobody knows their true age or gender, making them a very mysterious individual. Hey, isn't that kind of a stretch? To say that there's a serial killer hiding in our group?
listen.
No, it does not mean they are in our group. It is possible the serial killer was lurking on this island all along before they decided to murder Mahiru.
Wow.
That's probably not possible. but that is the only thing I can think of. I mean, no matter how much I think about it, I simply cannot believe it. That one of us is capable of committing such a horrible murder. Repeating my lines from 2 screens ago. Sonia? I do understand Sonia's feelings, but it's highly unlikely that there's a serial killer hiding on this island. Alright, Mikon, what's up? Mikon, you had something to say too, right? Well, compared to the others, what I have to say isn't that important. So please don't get your hopes up and be disappointed. I get it, just get on with it. I tried my best to perform the autopsy, and I was able to find out Mahiru was definitely killed by a blow to the head. No, I could not have realized that from the blood on her hair and whatnot. She was probably struck from behind by one blow. Based on the scar, the weapon is clearly the metal bat. How is there a scar? She didn't heal. So it would be a wound. It's a wound, not a scar. A scar is a healed wound, but... But every dark cloud has a silver lining, as they say. It looks like Mahiru didn't suffer. What does that mean? There's no doubt that she died instantly. Her death was instant? That sounds a little strange. I think I'd better remember that. And there's another thing I found. I'm sorry I started talking on my own. Were you busy right now? Just tell me. During the autopsy, I discovered this in Mahiru's pocket. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hiyoko Sionji. This letter. If this letter is real, would it mean Hiyoko met up with Mahiru, right? Plus... Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I think that previous screen was supposed to be Hajime's voice, so whoops. Plus, Mahiru's estimated time of death was around 3 p.m. and they met 30 minutes prior. If we think about what that implies, then... I'm starting to get confused. If it's true, what does it mean? What happened between Mahiru and Hiyoko? So I can leave, right? Wait, what? No, we talked to the most important people.
I see.
Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who randomly appears and claims to be an ally of justice.
No.
Although it's easy to write this off as foolish, it might be best if we exercise some caution.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia, she looks strangely excited.
Oh.
Awesome, that's like a powerful gap mo. Oh my god. Man, I don't really get it, but nice one, princess. That Miss Sonia is something else. This guy is just so laid back, I should leave him alone. Hey, tell me what you know already. Didn't you find out whose footprints those were? Actually, how were you able to find that out? After listening to everyone's story at the airport, I went to a certain place. Well, it's probably better to say I snuck in. To everyone's cottages. Everyone's cottages?
Yep.
I told Monokuma I needed access for the investigation, so he simply let me in. That bastard, he did something shady again.
Now then.
But why did I do something like that? Well, I'll explain my reasoning to you. Akito squatted down near the entrance to the beach and began to spread some papers he was holding.
See?
Come on, Hajime, take a look. After all, I went to the trouble of gathering all this. Those footprints. I see. Oh, I see. So the reason you snuck inside everyone's cottages was...
Yep.
That's right. I wanted to get a sample of everybody's footprints. You mean shoe prints. But unfortunately, Fuyuhiko wouldn't leave his cottage, so I couldn't complete it. Well, I guess it's no big deal. It seems obvious that the footprints belong to this person. Can you tell me whose those are?
Yep.
Hyoki Seonji. Hyoko's?
Well...
To be honest, the reason I summoned her to the airport was so I could lure her out of her cottage. She shut herself inside it, remember? If she stayed in there, I couldn't sneak in. So I figured if I lured her out, she wouldn't be in a hurry to go back to her cottage. You're treating her like a small animal. I mean, he kind of did that with everybody. But it was totally worth it. The footprint I collected there was smaller than anyone else's, and matched the footprints at the beach house. Yep, there's no mistake. These are Hyoko's footprints. Also, it's not like I was snooping around or anything, but I found something really interesting at her cottage. Like...
See?
I found a lot of these candies inside her room. They're gummy candies that come in 4 different flavors. Strawberry, melon, grape, and orange. It looks like she got it from the supermarket. Apparently she really likes this brand of gummies. There should have been other gummy brands, but she only brought home a bunch of these. People are like that sometimes. There are people who will only eat the same brand, even if it's just potato chips. What's wrong with that? Well, it's not clear if this relates to the incident, but I thought I should tell you just in case. Just in case, coming from this guy, that means it probably greatly relates to the incident. Hey, there we go.
The time for unparalleled hedonism has come to an end. Come, now is the time to fight the decisive battle. The hostility of fresh blood, the insanity of a contest of wits. The class trial is finally raising its curtain.
Get on with it.
So meet up in front of Monokuma Rock. Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon.
Now then.
Looks like it's time. I guess the investigation is over. So it's finally starting. The class trial where our hopes and the killer's hope will finally clash. But it's alright. Either way, hope will win in the end.
Alright.
Now then, let's go prove it. What's he so excited about? There's no reason to respond to a guy like that. Anyway, we should start heading over. At the trial field where Monokuma is waiting. I have to take my case there.
There is no escape.
We have no choice but to press forward. Now then, let us go. As we talked among ourselves, we left the beach house and Mahiru's body. Oh wait, no, it's an automatic. Cool. Alright, there we go. No, oh wait, no, I need Monokuma Rock. Isn't that on the first island? Oh no, it's right here. Cool. Nah, let me go. Help me. Oh, he's gonna do something crazy to me. I'll be ruined.
Why you?
Hey, shut up and stay put, you stubborn little Lolita.
Stop it!
Hey, stop harassing little girls. What the hell's going on?
Sheesh.
Hyoko's trying to run away, so Monokuma brought her here by force. But Hyoko's still trying to run away, so Monokuma's trying to wrap her in a full Nelson.
Damn it!
Hey, if you don't stay put, I'm gonna make you a part of this island's food chain.
Unbelievable.
She's making me waste my sweet ass time. But there's another problem to deal with besides this one.
Pum, pum.
Where the heck is Fuyuhiko? That guy, he totally ditched my appointment. He pisses me off. Ah! What?
Blah, 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 blah.
What the fuck was that? His anger changed his form. I'm right here, she. Oh? But Yuhiko, you came. I was worried about you. There's nowhere for me to run anyway. So, no matter the ending, I have to accept it, right? But still.
Bastard!
I'm a Yakuza. Accepting defeat is not an option, Sherry. But Yuhiko, what does that mean? Well, it's all good. If the trial heats up, it's all good.
Anyway,
Looks like everyone's here, so let us depart now.
see ya later.
I'll go first and be one step ahead of you guys. Haha.
This is bad.
Crap, I'm not mentally prepared yet. Oh, get fucking prepared, bitch.
Like,
Do you even have to prepare? Oh my god, what the fuck? Do you even have to prepare?
Show some spirit!
If you don't have enough power, harness your latent energy. Come on, bring out that energy.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
So it begins. The beginning of the end. Now then, let's keep our spirits high, so we can one day find that shining hope. That's right, I can only... Moving forward is the only option! Let's get the fuck out of here. Blech.
you're so evil.
And no matter how many times I see it, it's such bad taste. The worst, lowest, brutal taste. Somehow I moved my muscles, stiff from fear and nerves, and awkwardly walked into the escalator. For some reason, my breathing was short, and I was eventually struck by a feeling similar to dizziness. The moment all of us were inside Monokuma Rock. A rumbling sound filled the room. And we went down. As it shook with a clatter, the elevator we were inside continued to drop. Throughout that drop, I was fluctuating between feeling hope and despair. As if my heart was a rotten fruit, swelling in the sun before it finally goes... I suddenly stopped breathing. Because that's good. My consciousness began to fade from the pressure. I tried to endure that pressure by firmly standing on my legs. You know, instead of standing on your arms or your head, you gotta stand on your legs. Not even your feet, by the way, you gotta stand on your legs. After a while, the elevator's vibrations gradually weakened. And then it stopped altogether. Ta-da! Aim! Defeat that boring routine!
So,
I've decided to start redecorating. How's it look? Mr. Monokuma's redecoration is awesome, isn't it?
impossible.
It's not like I'd allow you to think otherwise anyway.
That is...
To go to the trouble of doing something this elaborate. Really, what is your true intention?
No,
Nothing
no.
really. Essentially, this killing game is just to kill time anyway.
You.
Kill time? To break away from my purpose. That alone is my purpose. Why are there baseballs?
Like...
A purpose is only gonna be a weakness. Those who have purpose are always the weakest ones in the bunch. That's why you guys should forget about such cheap-ass purposes like trying to survive. And enjoy the class trial from the bottom of your hearts. It's starting. The trial is starting. Mahiru Kazumi, the ultimate photographer. She had an unyielding force of personality, but she was actually very good at taking care of people. Most importantly, she was always straightforward. The person that killed her is among us? I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. Parroting my own line that I just said. Regardless, we need to find the answer. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Because it's the only way. Aside from finding out who the killer is, there is no other way for us to survive. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yeah, let's save. Alright, let's do it to it.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
It means Twilight Syndrome Murder Case is a non-fiction game. Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
The characters in the game were Girl A, B, C, D, E, and Boy F, and the high school girl who got killed at the beginning. By using the staff roll after clearing the game as a reference, I should be able to figure out who's who. The first character the player was able to control was Girl A. It's probably Mikon.
I see! Girl A is probably Mikon Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy! Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights! Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too.
It's so weird hearing that come from Chiaki.
Huh?
The one who said that was Girl B?
I see! Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
You know what, bitch? Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Her personality was hyper, energetic, and unique. Ibuki!
I see!
I like Monokuma as an option.
Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl C? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
Oh my god.
Let's move on to Girl D.
There's only one person who always had a camera with them. Mahiru.
I see! Girl D is Mahiru, the victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
He's Guy F.
I see.
Fuyuhiko.
Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid.
That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Another person?
It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
The reason Fuyuhiko's last name, Kuzuryu, appears twice. It's true I have a hunch, but to call me out like that, Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. The reason Kuzuri appears twice, it's because he had a little sister.
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F., Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
I thought that was pretty plain English.
This is what Guy F. said in the game.
That bitch. Oh.
It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F. had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
Nah. I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forward. The only character in the game I could see being Fuyuhiko's little sister is a high school girl who died at the beginning.
I see! The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister.
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
Oh god.
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
We call that bleeding.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the motive.
Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope's Peak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that, you're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
Oh.
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh? Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone.
Oh my god.
That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
I think that was a Jason mask. If you were looking on Nagito's left side, so our right, at like where his shirt meets his pants, there's like a little circular thing. And it looks like a Jason mask. But I'm not sure. We'll have to do a little, try and close up that.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato. Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
The fuck?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
Ooh. What the heck is that wild connection?
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
And he also has a strange rivalry going on.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
If you are able to put your arm up to your chin in eternal confusion, Why the fuck aren't you getting out?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it! Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
Because she killed the little sister. Because Girl E was the killer.
I see!
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister.
You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance.
Nice.
Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the 5 of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E, who was waiting in the hallway, is the killer. Then what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? I guess you need to clear that up first.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Plus, at the entrance hall,
The other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
Nope.
No, that's wrong! First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Murder weapon.
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit. Which means I'll feel disgusting!
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though. Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
Parroting. If we're told we can't advance as long as we don't make that clear, then I have to do it. I'll do it. What do you think the weapon is? I have no idea. I have no idea. Was I out of line just now? Now then, there's something I needed to tell you regarding the white noise and the non-stop debates. Some lines of white noise are actually very durable. You won't always destroy them in one shot. Durable white noise will chip away every time you shoot them with the silencer, but unless you completely destroy them, your time limit will not be replenished. By the way, if your difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at, you get the gist, right? It appears the debate is getting tougher, so I've obtained some very useful information. I heard there's a guy named Gun something? Apparently he has a skill that increases the power of the silencer. Gun something. I wonder who it is. Gundam? Yeah, well. Was I out of line just now? Well then, good luck, have fun. Well, here's the thing. We have that ability with me and T-Dub's playthrough. We have that. I just don't do the friend stuff in game because it takes way too fucking long.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
Ah, there we
I
go.
agree with that. I got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there. Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
No, you're not.
You're not chosen at all, and gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
A bag? What kind of bag?
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, then so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone. To make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're talking about Mahiru, right?
Huh? Mahiru is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back. I somewhat understand that feeling.
What?
You can? That's pretty scary.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
The only person I can think of is Fuyuhiko.
I see!
It should have been Guy F.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But Guy F is...
What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it?
That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
That is... I'm terribly sorry, but...
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were, like, totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko.
Jesus.
Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
They have a little knife and fork for Teru's picture. That's awesome. Now, the game and Mahiru's death are probably related. In actuality, there's an important shared point with Girlie and Mahiru's murder. The bat?
I can prove it with this. I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat. There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
He literally is saying the opposite, that he doesn't believe the game.
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious, but don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What are you...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Hiyoko?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch?
Hmm? On that note, we're going to end the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below. Comment on who you think the murderer is. Oops, wrong. Oh. Don't forget to pick that bell and scratch the subscribe button so you know when the next video comes out. I hope y'all are having a good one, and I will catch you in the next video.